Hi and welcome to our third video in our Learn to Knit series. So in this video we're going to learn how to do the purl stitch. So to do that I've worked a few rows already. So we're going to start just as we did last time with our working needle, so the needle with our stitches on the left hand side and then our empty needle on the right hand side. So the main difference between the purl stitch and the knit stitch is that instead of going front to back like we do with the knit stitch, we're going to go back to front as so. So to do this we need to make sure that our working yarn is at the front of the work. So we'll pop it just over our empty needle here. So as I said, taking our empty needle, we're going from back to front as so, popping the needle through the stitch and then taking our yarn that's at the front of the work, we're wrapping it around the needle and then we're pulling this stitch off the needle. And now our first stitch has been created. So let's go through that again. So needle back to front, through the stitch, yarn around the needle at the front of work, pull the stitch off the needle, stitch complete. So needle back to front, yarn around the needle, pull the stitch off the needle. And that is how you do the purl stitch. So let's complete this for the rest of the row. So going from back to front, putting the yarn around the needle, pulling that stitch off and completing it. So go again, right hand needle through the back of the stitch to the front, yarn is going around the needle, pulling that stitch off, creating the new stitch on the right hand side. There we go, and then our last stitch, we'll show it one more time. So right hand needle through the stitch, going from the back of the stitch to the front, wrapping our yarn around the needle, pulling that stitch through and slipping it off the needle. And that is our purl row complete. So I'll show you here. This stitch is called stocking stitch and this is used in most knitting. You'll probably recognise it. And this stitch is created by doing 1 row knit, 1 row purl, 1 row knit and 1 row purl. So now you've learned how to cast on, knit and purl. You can do garter stitch and stocking stitch as well, now you've learned the purl stitch. In future videos I'll teach you how to use the knit stitch and the purl stitch together within 1 row, and that's how we create fun patterns.